Hi guys, it's Jennifer here with JENN-Menship Jewels. I hope everybody's having a great Friday night. I am. I allowed myself a nap late this afternoon, so I've been putting away some things that I've made in order to do a live tomorrow night on Facebook. So come join us for the fun. And right now, I'm going to bring you guys down, and I am going to do something I saw a couple of people do. One in particular is a dear friend of mine, Lynn, with Lynn's Crafty Creative Chaos on YouTube. And I'm going to make a bead box. So let me just slide what my current project is. I'm going to try to slide it out the way a little bit before I bring you guys down. Okay, so we're going to start looking right about here. And I promise, if I know exactly where something is from, I will let you know. Some people have bead boxes that are all uniform and alike. I have some that I've purchased at Hobby Lobby, and they are full of silicone beads and focals and all that in my hall closet. These here, these two, like so, came from the Dollar Tree. I don't remember if they were $1.25, honestly, or if they were $1.50. This is in the hardware section. And these little tabs are not removable like the ones are from some. But for $1.25 or even $1.50, I am not complaining, right? So that one is completely empty. Let me move this out of the way real quick. Okay, now I started on this one. Oh, before I forget, I did complete the bracelet from last night and secured it off, and I will post pictures in the comment section on that YouTube video. So what I've started so far in this one is simply clear or frosted beads. This is one that I was free. I bought a container of charms from somewhere. Don't make me lie, because I don't honestly remember. And I always reuse my cases that have little divided areas. So I've started with some pinks there. Same thing, this was a container that had some charms or something in it. Not quite sure. And these, I've started with some blues. This came from the Dollar Tree. Back when I know for sure they were $1.25. I got two of them, and I have just broke them open to use. And these have the individual little containers as well as the squares. Now, if you have such a vast amount of beads that you just really need to, I guess you could take these little ones and stack them. And if you wanted, you could put some magnetic tape or Velcro or what have you and whatnot, and stack these however high or however you wanted to. Then you would still have 9 individual compartments. So that would be like 2 containers for the price of 1. But I'm not going to do that for today's video. So I have 2 of those. I have a set of 3 of these with the lid. This came from Dollar Tree. And as I empty them, I just hold on to them because they stack really well. So I have those. And then I also have a couple of other empty plastic containers that do not have any dividers in them, but you never know when you might need them, so I do save them just in case. And then I have one of these that is a 4-part compartment. It is the Melly, Melii brand. And if I remember correctly, I got this at TJ Maxx for like a couple bucks, maybe $2 or so. I'm not sure. So anyway, before we go, my birthday is 2 weeks from tonight. I cannot believe this. And I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me say about my birthday, but number one, my health is not the greatest. And I honestly didn't think I'd make it this far. But number two, my grandbaby, my very first grandson, my sweet Owen, and I share a birthday. He is going to be 13. I am just in complete and total shock to think that he is going to be 13 years old. Now, let's see what we have here first. Some of these I know where they came from, some I do not. Okay, this whoopsie. These came, I want to say these were older beads that I have bought through Temu. They're 6 millimeters. They're absolutely stunning. And with the holidays coming up, I thought these would make just beautiful holiday bracelets and things of that nature. I am removing them from the cord, and that is because I have a second pack, and I want to ensure that I have all of them in one container. So I apologize if y'all hear my puppy dog in the back, but he is playing with his best little kitty friend. And these again are the, make sure these are the 6 millimeters. And yes. And again, this particular set of beads, I believe, was from Temu. A majority of my beads now do not come from Temu. They come from Amazon. I just find that Amazon is so much quicker, and I enjoy what I do so very much. The idea of having to wait and then wait and then wait some more is very daunting to me. So, yeah, it's not a whole lot of fun. At least to me, it's not. So, let's see. These, I think, are just a gorgeous color. And like I said, for red, white, and blue, for anything dealing with water, ocean, anything like that, these beads are going to be stunning. Absolutely stunning. Okay. Now, let's see. This is a bead mix of color. These are blue. My favorite colors are blue and green. So I will tell you without apology that I do gravitate towards blues and greens and champagne colors. I love champagne colors. These are, they don't say, but I'd almost guarantee you these are 4 millimeters. I prefer 4 millimeter and 6 millimeter over any others, but I also work with 3, 2, 8s, 10s, you know, it really just depends on what project I'm doing as to what size bead I really would like to work with in that particular moment. You know, everything is different. You never know what you really want until you try. Now, here is a blue strand. These are 6 millimeters. And if you're wondering what in the world am I doing with all my trash, I can assure you I am throwing it away in my trash can underneath my table. I'm not making a big mess, but look at the colors, guys. Look how beautiful. I have several things in mind, and I am super, super excited to do them. And like I said, I do gravitate a lot towards blues and greens, champagne. I use a lot of white, pink, purple. I don't really use, I use some black, green. I think the colors I probably use the least would be brown, orange, yellows, more of your fall colors. And it's not because I dislike those colors by any means. It's just, for whatever reason, the majority of what I buy does not fall in that wheelhouse. So you see, this particular box is going to be nothing but an array of blues to go along with the box of blues that I have that is just very, very small. Next, we have some 4mm bicone beads. These I know came from Amazon. I will save the little case just because of the fact that you never know when you're going to need a perfect little case. And what I do is approximately every 3 months, I go back through all of my beads and I sort through and reorganize. I combine, I condense, I get rid of, you name it, just based upon what's going on in that moment and what my needs are. Because I love beads of all types. Well, I say of all types. I think my least favorite bead, and y'all don't hate me, please don't hate me for this. My least favorite bead would be the big hole beads. There are people who absolutely adore big hole beads. Tell me this is not getting to be just stunning. Look at these little tiny bicones. These are going to be just beautiful spacers. This also came from Amazon. I do know that. Here is, let's see, we're going to put these in because they are just a small amount. So I'm going to put these, let me see here. What am I going to do, guys? Do y'all ever come across this problem where you're just not quite sure what you want and how you want it? Yeah, me too. So we're going to open this one that has pinks, and the reason is because it also has a mixture, if you can see, that came, and it is pink with white and clear. So we're going to put these little clear ones right here beside that, just because I don't have very many of them, and I would rather utilize my large space here for something that is more needing the commercial real estate, if you want to call it, for my beads. So tell me, I would love for you to talk to me in the comment and let me know, what type of craft do you like? Where are you from? What are your favorite colors? What medium do you like to work with? For instance, maybe you don't like beads, but you like to diamond paint, or you like to macrame. That's something I would love to learn, but I haven't got the confidence up yet. I will. It's coming. These came from Amazon. These are 12 strands, and they are assorted sizes, okay? But these are all blue, and they are divine. I'm going to put them in their own little container like this, because they are multiple sizes, but they are all the same color. And that way they don't get mixed up with another color. I do save when I get packaging and it has the little tiny sleeves of bubble wrap. If it is in good condition, I will save that and I will reuse it because it is just stunning. Now this, my granny would call a hodgepodge, a big old mess. But if you notice, they are all tied. These are ombre. We start off light and we work our way down to a darker shade. Okay, we have various sizes from 2 millimeters up to 6. Like I said, I am going to leave these strung up simply because they are all the exact same bead with a different size, and they're going to be in one container, just so I don't lose them. Because I have a very specific project I would like to try to make with those particular beads. Let's see, this is going to be a set, so we will open that momentarily. And this is a box we will open momentarily. These are some findings, some key rings, and of course they're taped. This came from Amazon. They are silver. They are rotating. And these will be used for key rings, purse charms, chunky charms, dangles, whatever you want to refer to them as. I am going to show them to you once I can get this doggone tape off, that is. And then that is going to go into a separate box that I already have started elsewhere with these particular items. But I was getting very low on them, and since I was going to be opening some things and showing some things, I said, you know what, why not do that tonight? So for all intents and purposes, I'm going to simply pour these out here and show them to you, and then I will rebox them later elsewhere. But here is your swivel, okay? It is your lobster that opens easily. And here's your chain for attaching all of your charms and your dangles. So there are 20 pieces. Very pretty. All silver, okay? Very nice. I'm going to set that there, and I'm actually going to take another case that was empty, just like it, because here's the same exact thing in gold, also from Amazon, same seller. Why the packaging is different, I have no idea. But again, we're simply going to open them, and I will show you what they look like a little closer. Besides Amazon, Temu, Shein, AliExpress, where else do you buy your beads from and your crafting supplies? Here they are in the gold. Same thing, we rotate and we have the lobster claw. That's 20 of those. So where are you getting your supplies from? These came from Temu back in the day. These are, let's see, these are 8 millimeters. And they are clear. They're very pretty. Kind of, I say clear, kind of like a milky color. If that shows up pretty good, they're kind of milky. So we're going to put those right here with our clear beads. Okay. We have here, let's see, here's some more little pink ones. These are from Temu, I think. Don't quote me, because I did get pink ones from Amazon as well. These are 6 millimeters. There are not very many of them. So they are definitely going to go right in here in my little box with my pink beads. Comme ça. And we're going to just place them. And the reason I'm trying to get these sorted somewhat by color is because when I go to create, it can be a hodgepodge. Creating is just that. It uses a part of your brain that you don't typically engage with until you sit down and you're doing it. Like, it's not something you actually think about. How am I going to create this or create that? And when you sit down and say you have a bead board in front of you and you're like, I feel like making something pretty today. Well, what am I going to make? Well, I don't know what I'm going to make. Now, these are from Temu. I'm 100% sure. There's only 30 of these. They are what's called AB color. And if I had to guess, I would say these are 8 or 10. But here, let me put a couple in my hand just so you can see the luster of these. Look how gorgeous, y'all. Look how pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. But this is part of my haul. These came from Walmart. And it's gold chain. It's a spool. It is 10 yards. Okay, which is 30 feet. And it is just, I'm not sure if I'm going to use this or not, but when I actually saw they had the gold and the silver in stock, I grabbed it. And we're going to just kind of not open it and wait and see, just in case we choose not to use. Here's some more of these pink color. These are 6 millimeters, okay? And these are like a true baby pink, if you would. So we're going to place those right here in our little container. And, well, this is the side that's apparently open, so we'll turn it over and use the right end this time. And let's hope we can get them in there. But I like to have my color gradients sort of together when I'm able. Simply because when I sit down and, for instance, if I say I'm going to make something for my youngest daughter, Hannah. Okay. My youngest daughter, Hannah, is a mom of twins. But she loves the color purple. Okay. So, with that being said, if I'm going to sit down and make something for her, or as we call her, Ha, I may grab just my purple box and either clear, white, black, gold, something that I'm going to use as an accent. But I'm not going to bring out every single box I have. I'm going to, because if you're a crafter, you know, all this stuff, it grows, people. It grows. It multiplies when you sleep at night. And you wake up the next morning and you have a bunch of whips laying around. Whips, work in progress, sorry, in case somebody wasn't aware. And you have things laying around in your workspace and you're like, whoops, I meant to finish that, but I got sidetracked, because most creatives are, in some point or another, a little bit on the ADHD side, in that they get distracted easily by color, by texture, by all sorts of things, and they're like, ooh, pretty, wait. And then next thing you know, yeah, we got another work in progress. Okay, here we go. Here's some more of our clear beads. And we do not have any space left in our clear only box. But these are kind of crackle. These came from Temu, if I had to guess. They are 6mm. And we are going to see if we can fit them all right here. And if they don't all fit, then we simply move down one and we break it into 2 little squares. That way we know how much we have to work with. Now, my friend Lynn has shared that she does a lot of beading using bead kits where they're all the same size maybe, or same type of bead, but different color palettes, you name it. Here are some more. These are white. These are beautiful. They are, let's see, pretty much, yep, 6mm. So we're going to cut these open and we're going to put them in here. I use a ton of white. I don't know about you, but I have always liked the color white, and I like the color black. I think they're both very unique in their ability to coordinate with pretty much anything and everything. But I also like the fact that the white seems so clean, and that is appealing. And then the black to me seems so mysterious, I guess is the word. And I'm drawn to that. You know, I think it's very cool, very intriguing. I did not start my new book last night, but I am going to tonight. I've already picked it out. So I will share that with y'all tomorrow and tell you what I think so far of it. But I wanted to get some of these things off of my desk area, my workspace, which is my dining table. And that is because with my birthday coming up, my family and friends know that if I had anything that I would wish for, it would be crafting supplies, it would be coloring supplies, it would be books, anything like that. And now what I'm trying to do is kind of sort a little bit as far as my patterns. Here's another white. Okay, this came from Amazon. These are ABs. They're 4mm. I love AB beads. To me, the shinier, the blingier, the better. The more I enjoy them. But I'm going to share all of this with you once we finish creating our boxes. And I just feel like this is going to make things function better for me, because I'll be able to look and actually see. One day I will take you on a tour and show you my closet full of silicone beads and pins and beading supplies like that. I have beads all hanging on my wall behind me. I have beads on the side. I have I have a lot of beads, and I do not apologize for that. Life is short, and the way I look at it, like I said, I truly am amazed that I am going to be here for this birthday and able to share the journey of my grandbaby becoming a teenager, of all things. And so I am excited and eager to celebrate. And so I do have an Amazon link. I am not asking you to go out and say, "Oh, I saw this lady on YouTube or on Facebook and she wants me to buy her some stuff." No. But if you feel led and something tells you, you know, this old lady, she enjoys what she does, and I give away a lot of things that I make. I feel like blessing her. Well, there you go. If not, that is totally okay. I still love you. And that's just the reality of it. Um, I still love you. Now, this one I am not going to take apart. I am going to put it in. These are 6 millimeter AB. And I'm putting them in here because I have something almost identical. And I don't want to, well, I'm going to have to. I almost lied to you and said I wasn't going to. But so that it will fit. And actually, I'll be able to make my container close. I do need to actually go ahead and cut it and put it in. So, guess what? That's what we're going to do. And as you can tell, this particular case is becoming primarily a white and pale pink case. And that is A-okay. We are good with that. We are very good with that. Because a lot of what I have that I am putting in boxes, I have had for some time, and I've just been waiting until I had what I felt like was probably enough boxes gathered to put things away. Okay, now this I think is going to be it for the clear box for today, the clear and white. So I'm going to close that down. This here, my pink and white, I have some more pinks here and here. So we're going to go ahead and open them up. These came from Temu back when I very first was introduced to Temu. These are called dark pink. They are 6 millimeter beads. As I said, in case you have not noticed, my biggest preference is 4 and 6 millimeters. This makes me think of old rose or dusty rose, I think they used to call it back in the day. That was the color one year, and this is dating myself, but oh well, we all know. We age. And one year, it was the color. Everybody loved that dusty rose and country blue. And so one year, my formal for one of the school functions, I don't remember if it was military related because my boyfriend at the time was in ROTC, or if it was choir related because I was in choir, but one of the others. I had this really cute dress back then that now you'd probably say, you wouldn't catch me dead in that thing. But, oh, I thought it was so pretty. And I remember feeling literally like I was a little bit of a princess for a little while. And for someone who has always been visually impaired and insecure about their looks, and this is called rose red, by the way. These are also 6 millimeters. Let's just say, to feel like a pretty princess once, it was amazing. And I would recommend that for everyone. Whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you're young, whether you're old. Now, let's look at the color of these. Look how luscious. I don't call that rose. I would call that more of a fuchsia, I think is how you would say it, fuchsia. But they're very, very pretty. And I love working with 4 and 6 millimeter beads because then I can take my 2 and 3 millimeter beads and make just some breathtaking designs. I cannot wait until tomorrow to show y'all a few things that have been made recently. I hope you're as excited about them as I am. I also have new products that I will be sharing that I will carry now. I do the cups, I do the bags, I do the shirts, I do the key rings, I do all the types of beaded materials, I do the pins, I do the bracelets, the necklaces. But I have some new products. I have eyeglass chains, I have mirrors, I have tumblers, I have, you name it, we're getting it. And if we don't have it and you want it, guess what? Chances are it's probably going to come. So let me know what you would like for me to make, because I love to learn new things and share experiences with people. So if for some reason it's something I don't know how to do, but I have any interest in it, I can guarantee you I will probably go ahead and try. These are from Temu also. These are also called rose red, like the first ones, but instead of 6 millimeters, these are just, let's see. It does not say. I guarantee you these are not. Let's see. Are these the same? No. These are a different shade of rose red. But if you look at this real quick, these are some beads I have from an old thing I had a few years back. Don't ask me where I got them because I do not know. But if you look at these, they have a little bit of silver metallic in these oblong beads. And look how pretty those look together. Put some silver fastening, silver accents with that. You would have something absolutely stunning. So, but like I said, I do want to learn how to macrame. I remember my mother doing that back when I was very young. And you guys, don't forget, she passed when I was only 9. So, yeah, for me to have that as a memory with her, I really want to tackle that, I think, on my next bucket list. But I love to diamond paint. Absolutely love to diamond paint. I love to do the adult coloring, anything bead related. I have health issues right now. I am having a spinal fusion, excuse me, a fusion in my joints and stuff, July 9th. And I will have a spinal fusion later. I'm trying to put that off for a little while longer. But with that being said, my mobility is somewhat limited at times. We'll say, not that I can't, but I just maybe can't as long as I would like. Let's just put it that way. Now, these last pink ones that we're going to put in here, this came from Amazon. And these are 4 millimeters. They will take up all 4 of these little spots, I can almost guarantee you without doubt. But that's okay. That's what we have them for. Oh, actually, I could probably put more. I could probably use another square or 2 that I do not have. So, right now, first thing I'm doing is trying to dig out my mess. Because I dropped a couple. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to see really quick where I might move something. And I'm going to move, let's move these in here. Because I do want my containers to be nice and full. Because I don't want to have like a plethora of empty containers, if that makes sense. I would rather have them nice and tight and snug and full than have a bunch of just empty spots. Simply because I go through things very quickly. I'm going to keep that little bit out because I actually have a plan that that color would work wonderful with it. So this bead box is now complete with this one. So we're going to set those aside. Okay. Now next we have another blue. These are 6mm. It says it's 100 pieces. This most likely came from Temu. They are a beautiful light blue shade. It makes me think of water. I can so see using these with anything beach related. These are 4mm. These are called Sapphire Blue. This came from Amazon. I just got these in, and I am obsessed. I cannot wait to play with these. And I believe they are identical to what is in here. And if so, we're going to combine. No, they are not with that one, but are they with this one? Let's see. Come here. Yep. You heard it right here. I did. I talked to the bead, and it did not listen. It's giving me every color but the one I want. There we go. Yes, it is identical. So, I know this came out of my new bag, and this came out of the mix that I purchased together. And if you look, they are identical beads. Same exact color, shape, size, everything. This came out of the mix I purchased, as well as this, which was separate. They are identical. So, to save myself space, I'm going to combine these beads. And the reason I do that is because chances are incredibly strong. If I bought something as a mix, which I normally do not buy anything as a mix, I buy it as individual colors and sizes, or the same color but all different sizes. That means I intend to use it for a certain purpose in that mixture. So now, if I stir this up a little bit, we will see that we have a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous set now of just divine blues. That work wonderfully together. And they still have a little bit of the exact shade, not size, but shade of the blue here. So we could actually make stacked bracelet combinations with those. And they would coordinate fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Okay, so that is the blues. Okay, this is done from earlier. This is the first set of blues we opened. Alright. This is the small set of blues we did. Okay. Now these are not blue, but they are a set. A particular color combination. So we're going to put this and another set in this box. These are from Temu. They made me think of watermelon. And that's funny. It's called Two Color Watermelon Tourmaline. It does not say the size. I'd almost guarantee you these are 8mm. But doesn't it make you think of watermelon? I love glass beads. I have probably 80% of my beads that I make jewelry with are glass. I have a few pieces that are acrylic simply because of the shape, the style, or whatever. But I just like glass beads. Some people do not. Now, one night, this coming week or so, probably, we're going to take my containers here. Let me show you real quick, just so you see what we got coming up. We have 3 containers of what I call bead soup. These are beads that I usually have anywhere between 6 or less of that particular bead. And I put them in here, and then I mix them all together, and then we create something gorgeous. So let's continue on. We have size most likely 6. And for time's sake, I am going to just continue to put these in here real quick after these, because the rest here, I have 1, 2, let's see, I'm trying to get, okay. These have more of a bluish background. These are definitely ABs. They're very, very pretty. Okay, these are AB Rose Green 8 millimeters. And these are 6 millimeters. Okay. These are silver 6 millimeters. And these are silver and white 6 millimeters. So those will go together. This is a silvery white 8 millimeters, so that will go close to that. Okay. And then we will have this separate and this separate. Okay. So we will work on that in just a moment. We have one more to finish in here. This is my last color combination. These are 300 pieces. These are 3 millimeter bicones, and they are just a rainbow of colors. Very lovely. Just very, very AB, if you would. Lots of shimmer, lots of beauty. And I love that they're teeny because you always need good spacer beads, period. So, let's move that aside. This is going to all go in one of those. Okay, now, and then this. Okay. Yes, I do talk to myself. These are the I'm just simply opening them, and we're going to open them and put them in the spaces. I'm just opening all my little bags right now, trying to move things along. And I understand your time is valuable, and I love and appreciate you being here so much. So I honestly, if you need to fast forward a bit or, you know, speed things up, I know there's a way to do that. Don't ask me how to do that, because I don't know. But I know you can do it. And honestly, I understand. And I just would love it if you would help me reach my goal. I only have 2 weeks. And I'm trying so hard to make a video on an almost daily basis and grow my subscribers to 100 for my birthday. That is my goal. So if you could possibly in any way, shape, or form help me out, I would appreciate that. And so therefore, I need you to like, share, subscribe, ring that bell, do all those things. And that would really save me and help me, because then that would mean I stood a chance of making my goal. And I don't think 100 is entirely unreachable. With your help, I know I can do it. And now next video, remember, we're not going to be crafting. Next video, we're going to be discussing a new book that I started. And I will give you my honest opinion on it and let you know what I think, good, bad, or otherwise. And I want you to share with me what you have read recently. And if you're not a reader, that is okay. Share with me something you have done using a pen, a piece of paper, anything like that. Whether it's a puzzle book like crosswords, Sudoku, word searches, whether it is coloring, anything that you use your brain and you are either writing it down or you are typing it up, something. Because I'm a huge proponent. My grandmother, who raised me after my mother's death, and who was such an integral part of my life even before my mother passed away, passed from Alzheimer's. So I am huge into things we can do to engage our mind. What can we do to remain healthy brain-wise, mentally? And all of these crafty things that we do, whether we make and sell, whether we make and give away, whether we do both, whether we just do it as a source of income, it doesn't matter. It's still helping your brain because it is keeping your mind engaged. It is making you use your brain cells. And that is one thing that is very true. If you do not use it, you will lose it. And so I am thrilled to use any kind of brain cell I can. Let's just keep it real. And if you have something you can share with me that you do to keep your mind healthy, to keep your mind active, I would love it. Because I always like to try new things. As I have shared before, and some of you may have missed it, some have not. My roommate is 88 years young. So things that I can do, she may not can physically do anymore. But I love to do things that we can engage her mind as well. She does like to color. She gets frustrated and says she doesn't color well anymore. I'm going to one day, with her permission, get a picture that she's colored and show you. I think she does outstanding work for someone of her age. I think she does outstanding work, period. But to know that she is, like I said, 88 years young and is doing this, I think is phenomenal. I couldn't be more proud of her than if she were my own mother or my own grandmother, whatever. So yes, I'm big on that. So any tips, any suggestions, anything that y'all like to do? And what are some things about you? Like, I am not the best cook. I'll be the first person to admit it. My cooking skills are very limited. These we have are now pomegranate red, and they are 6 millimeters. Yeah, let's just say my cooking leaves a lot to be desired, and we'll just leave it there, and that's all we'll say about it. Because otherwise, we would be talking naughty to me and making it sound like I don't even try. I do, just sometimes I'm not the best. And at least I'm comfortable enough to admit that. But, that being said, if you have any recipes that are easy, low cost, because I am on Social Security, I do not have a vast income. And I'm not telling you that to be like, oh, woe is me. No, I'm incredibly blessed and thankful and happy. It's just reality is what reality is. And some people have more disposable income, I guess is the word, than others. I just don't happen to have a lot. These are almost like a fire engine red, and they are called, we have no name, but we also have no size, so we're going to call these a wild guess. And that's about all we can say because we don't know. Now, they are very pretty, and I am going to show you once completed. And if anyone would like, just leave a comment in the comments below, and I will gladly take pictures of the boxes we made tonight and post in the comments for everyone to see. Just time-wise, like I said, I know your time is valuable, and I do not want to take advantage. This is already an incredibly long video. This is going to be where I stop. I will continue the rest off camera. These are glass beads. They are 3 millimeters, and they're a beautiful red color. So I would like to say thank you so much for spending some time with me, whether you stayed to the end, whether you stayed for a moment, whatever you did. I appreciate it. I want you to know I love you all. God loves you a whole lot more, and I don't say that lightly. But if there's ever anything I can do, if you would like me to pray for you, pray with you, send me a message, or leave a comment in the section below, and just say, hey, message me. If you have any tips, any advice, please be kind. I do have a very tender heart, so I really don't want to spend a bunch of time crying because someone was a little rough, a little harsh. So please just be kind, and know that I hope to see you guys again tomorrow, and we can talk about a book. Good night. Bye-bye.